so there's a girl that worked the door and I manage, and then we switch. I worked the door and she managed. So Seinfeld was coming, and he called me as like he wanted he parks his car outside. He goes in the stage. Always when Seinfeld is there, we have to take care of his car, make sure nobody bothers him. Welcome to the stage, give him the table, welcome back to the car, all thing. So a lot of times when it's McDougal Street, so a lot of times you talk, you get tickets. So to make sure that he doesn't get a ticket, we put somebody inside his car to just sit there. You know what I'm saying?
And I bet it's a Porsche. It's got to be a Porsche, right?
Yeah, he's a Porsche collector.
I think that's all he drives.
Yeah. So he was there one time, and there's this girl. I'm downstairs watching, make sure he's okay. He's off the stage. I call the girl in the walkie-talkie. All right, get out of the car, because he doesn't. We don't tell him we're gonna somebody sit in the car or whatever. But I assume he knows that. So he goes in the car. Hey, thank you, goodbye, see you tomorrow. All right, he leaves. And the girl's like, oh my God. I was like, what? She's like, I just dropped my weed in Seinfeld's car. Now, if you go back a little bit, Manny is the boss. Manny's a very hardcore boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you spelled a T, you have to, like, he's a very nice guy, but he needs to know what happened and why it happened, and he likes the story to be told from the end to the beginning. So he told him somebody died and this is what happened, something like that. So it's like, how the hell I'm going to tell him that there's weed in Seinfeld's car? So now in our minds, like, what if the cops stop him? Seinfeld get arrested for drug dealing and all that. It's like,
and he says, "It wasn't me. It was not my weed." And people like, "Yeah, right, like, Jerry." Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, "Oh shit, what are we gonna do?" So I had to call Manny, and actually Manny laughed about it. And if I remember correctly, he called Colin, and Colin called Seinfeld, which he also was cool about it, and they all laughed about it. So that to me is funny.
Did he bring the weed back?
It's funny. As I'm talking to Manny and I'm terrified, the girl next to me is like, "Tell him to bring the weed back." I was like, shut the fuck! Like, it's not about that now.
Right.
So
yeah, because then that becomes like, oh, not only so it wasn't his weed, but now he becomes like a drug trafficker.
Exactly. So we had all these scenarios in our head, and like, oh shit.